I'm on a quest to find the best out-of-the-box striker fire pistol between $350 and $550. So let's look at the gun's shootability. When I say shootability is how well does the gun help me as the shooter shoot? Because a lot of people fail to realize that accuracy has nothing to do with the barrel, right? They forget that accuracy has nothing to do with really the trigger. Accuracy has everything to do with how the shooter presses the trigger. So when it comes to whether or not the handgun is really accurate, guys, high points are really, really accurate. I can take a high point at 25 yards and smoke a 3x5 note card. That's not a problem, right? The issue that we're talking about is how well is the trigger gonna help me press the gun and press the trigger without moving the gun before the gun fires. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about accuracy. So here we are at 25 yards. We're going to see how well the sights communicate to me as a shooter and how well I'm able to get 15 shots in the bull. I'm gonna put that down and we're gonna see how we did. So I know that trigger thing about accuracy may be like to some people. Your S3F barrel does not make you accurate. Your RMR makes you accurate if you're older and you can't see iron sights. Here we are at 15 shots, 25 yards. Yeah, I threw a couple. Yeah, I got no problem saying that I anticipated that trigger press a little bit more, but look at what we're talking about here, right? Holy goodness, this gun helps me be accurate. So what helped me shoot so accurately? The first thing was the trigger. I'll make sure the gun's unloaded. The trigger, I have a lot of pre-travel to a fat wall. I like it. Then I have 4.5 pounds of a crisp, clean break. There's no hiccup. There's no anything. It's just I find the wall, found it. It's not hard for me to find as a shooter. Press through it, and the gun, as you see, the trigger doesn't move that much, but the reset is positive. Boom. Means that the trigger helps force my finger back into a nice shooting position, and then I can press it again with very little effort from there. There's no additional travel. So we're at 50 yards. And one of the things that helps me shoot this gun well is the fact that I've got these wonderful sights that communicate to me what the gun is going to do, communicate to me what the bullet is going to do at that particular distance. Now I know it may seem kind of weird, but there are sights and different things that a lot of people have on their guns that don't communicate to me like an effective point of aim, point of impact. So that's one of the reasons why I like this gun. When it comes to shootability of a firearm, the grip is very, very important. How the gun fits in your hands, how sticky are the serrations or the stippling on it. This comes with adjustable back straps where you can take these off. This is obviously the small one, just the one that came with it. But I do like how the gun fits in my hands. When I hold the gun, I've got the thumb rest right here where I can press into. It's giving me some little friction there. I like how the gun fits in my hands. It's got a lower bore axis than most of the firearms I've shot, and that of course helps with recoil management. People who say that it doesn't shoot SIGs. Just kidding, guys, I love you. Couple of features about the gun, let's go into those. So I do like the features of the CZ-P10c. It's got ambidextrous mag release, it's got ambidextrous slide lock or slide release, however you want to look at that. It's just the magazine comes out really, really easy. It's a nice metal magazine, 15+1, obviously. Front cocking serrations. The whole gun just works really, really well. It's a nice low profile. There's not a lot of stuff sticking out of the gun, not a lot of stuff bulging out of the gun from its different profile views. So how does the gun compare to a Glock 19? Here's my salient utility. It's my everyday carry piece. Love this freaking gun. If you see, you've got some excess stuff going on in relation to the Glock. The Glock is very low profile, very small, the Glock 19 is, but when it comes to like barrel length and things like that, it's just a little, let's get those lined up, just a little bit longer. The gun's just a little bit bigger overall than a standard Glock 19 size. So is the CZ-P10c reliable? Well, so far in my experience, I've had about 2,400 rounds to the gun, and so far it's had 2 failure to feeds, meaning that the bullet coming from the magazine could not feed its way into the chamber and it would get stuck about right there. Nothing a quick little tap wouldn't fix, but at the same time it's a failure to keep working nonetheless. So we're going to go through a baptism test, we're going to go through a dirt test and a sand test. Nothing crazy, we're just going to see if we add some variables into the condition of the firearm, whether or not the firearm will continue to fire. All right, so we got some good Indiana dirt, and we're just going to put a whole bunch of debris on this gun. Again, we're not looking for anything exclusive or crazy. We're just asking ourselves the question, if this gun is put in different conditions, will the gun fire? Malfunction, failure to feed. It was on the last round though, so I don't know how you want to look at that. We've got some very fine sand that we're going to do the exact same thing with. Oh gosh, this is going to suck. This is going to suck. Whew. Oh, that didn't feel very good at all. Failure to eject or failure to, I don't know. Looked like a failure to feed still. Worked. Okay, so after all that sinning we just did, we're gonna baptize her so she can be washed white as snow. For those of you who know your baptism references. Again, you know, we're not doing anything exclusive or extensive of shooting the gun in the water or anything like that. I really don't care about those things. I just care to know if I get the gun wet and submerged, will the gun continue to work? Yeah, she's like, hey, thanks a lot. I got tired of being all dirty. And you could really tell the gun was very thankful. It just felt a lot better shooting it. Okay guys, so how does this gun rate and stack up? Well, when we look at the shootability of the gun, we got grip, sight picture, and trigger pull. The grip and how the gun feels in my hand, considering the low bore axis, I'm gonna give it a whopping 8 out of 10. The sight picture and what the sights communicate to me as the gun shoots, I'm gonna give an 8 out of 10. Really, really like them a lot. When they go from the daytime into a low light condition, they glow. They don't glow from tritium, they just glow from this glow in the dark kind of thing, whatever you call that. So I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10. When it comes to the trigger is one of the best out-of-the-box triggers that I felt. It helps me shoot fast, it helps me shoot accurate. I really like it, but it's not as good as like a Walther PPQ, right? So I'm gonna give this trigger an 8.5 out of 10. Love, love, love the trigger. So when it comes to the reliability of the CZ-P10c, how does it rate? Well, like I said, 2,400 rounds, 2 failure to feeds, and you saw those failure to feeds on the sand test and the dirt test. The baptism test, it was just like, yes, get me wet, I love it, right? So that's a good thing, but overall, I need for a carry gun for it to be a little bit more reliable than that. I've had 30,000 rounds through my tier 1, salient tier 1 from Glock 19. I've had 2 stovepipes and 30,000 rounds. I've had stock Glock 19s that have never had a single issue. And so the reliability, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. And I'm gonna be generous with that, mainly because I haven't put 10,000 rounds to this gun. I haven't cleaned it thoroughly, those different types of things, but I will certainly continue to give this gun a chance in the reliability department. So what about the price? Well, the price of this gun is fantastic. I paid $468 for this gun. Totally pleased with the price as far as what I'm getting in the package. I absolutely feel this is worth the money. The way I perform with a handgun, phenomenal, considering of the out-of-the-box gun of itself, and it just works. But when we compare the shootability of the gun, how we rated the trigger, 8.5, how we rated the grip, 8, how we rated the sights, 8, with the reliability, which is 6 out of 10, overall you get a rating for 7.6 out of 10. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. This is not science or anything like that. This is just giving you a good number to kind of compare all the handguns that we're doing in the future towards each other. So guys, we hope you enjoyed this video on the CZ-P10c. Next video, we've got the H&K VP9. We're gonna look at its shootability, its reliability, and its price, which is a little high. Neither here nor there. It's a phenomenal handgun. I can't wait to show you what I think about it. Like, subscribe, comment, turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss this video. It supports me. I love it. You all love me. I love you guys. We got that thing down, right? So hey, have an awesome week. Hold fast, stay the course. Baret Fawbush out.